The state of Illinois is suing the Trump administration to block the deployment of the National Guard in Chicago after President Trump ordered the federalization of 300 Illinois Guardsmen and 400 from the Texas National Guard to cities nationwide. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker blasting the president. Watch this.
There is no invasion here. There is no insurrection here. And local and state law enforcement are on the job and managing what they need to. Without my permission and against my vigorous objections, the president has federalized 300 Illinois National Guard military troops and hundreds of National Guard members from Texas, and he has ordered them to activate for duty in Illinois. Donald Trump is using our service members as political props and as pawns in his illegal effort to militarize our nation's cities. Donald Trump's deranged depiction of Chicago as a hellhole, a war zone, and the worst and most dangerous city in the world was just complete BS. The state of Illinois is going to use every lever at our disposal to resist this power grab and get Noam's thugs the hell out of Chicago.
Well, President Trump heading back with why this deployment is necessary. Watch this.
When you look at Chicago, they've had probably 50 murders in the last 6 or 7 months, 8 months. Many, many people shot, like 30, 40, 50 people shot. Didn't die, but they've been shot. It's like a war zone. And then I listen to the governor and the mayor get up and say how they have it under control. They don't. It's probably worse than almost any city in the world. We're going to make Chicago really great again, and we're going to stop this crime. Then we're going to go to another one, and we're going to go city by city. We're going to have safe cities. But we have an insurrection act for a reason. If I had to enact it, I'd do that. If people were being killed and courts were holding us up, or governors or mayors were holding us up, sure, I'd do that.
Well, Texas Governor Greg Abbott posting to X this morning, quote, the elite Texas National Guard ever ready, deploying now. Joining me now, U.S. Marshals Service Director Gadyaces Serralta. Gaddy, good morning to you. You've been in charge of the D.C. and Memphis operations. Your reaction in particular to the rhetoric that we heard there from Governor Pritzker, this only escalates the situation there.
Well, good to see you, Maria. It's a pleasure to be here with you. All I can tell you is what the governor's doing is a stall tactic. It is trying to keep his city in chaos as long as he possibly can. It is actually disgusting. I mean, to call law enforcement, federal law enforcement officers that are part of our community thugs. The thug here is him. He is the thug. You know, that is improper and unprofessional. I am truly disgusted and hurt for our federal partners over there that are doing God's work and trying to keep that city safe.
Well, in particular, because of the attacks, the doxings that we've seen happen against our ICE agents who are just out there trying to do their jobs, the attack on the Dallas ICE facility, which left 2 people dead now. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson establishing ICE-free zones in his city with this new executive order. So this bars federal immigration agents from using any city-owned property for their ongoing crime crackdowns. Here's the mayor yesterday. Watch this.
The order builds a broad civic shield that limits the reach of harmful enforcement practices. We cannot allow them to rampage throughout our city with no checks or balances. If Congress will not check this administration, then Chicago will.
It's going to take bold, clear action to push back against tyranny.
We will use every single tool that is available to us to protect the dignity and the sanctity of our humanity. And that I'm calling on this president to leave us the freak alone. We haven't bothered anybody.
Violent protests breaking out over the weekend between radical agitators and federal agents around an ICE facility. This was Broadview, Illinois. We're showing our viewers this video. DHS accusing Chicago police of refusing to secure that scene after several suspects rammed federal agents, boxed in their cars over the weekend. Gaddy, you heard Mayor Johnson. we're going to check this administration. What that does is that tells the citizens to take matters into their own hands. And this is what is escalating the situation in Chicago. And this could happen in other cities if blue city mayors follow suit on Johnson's words.
Cheryl, what I like to see is the mayor create maybe a murder-free zone, or perhaps a rape-free zone, or some other crime-free zone. Instead, he wants to keep the law enforcement officers away from his city. That is not a mayor that cares for his city. That is not a mayor that cares for his city at all. In fact, I can contrast him with Paul Young from Memphis. That mayor, also a Democrat, cares for his city. In this day and age, that words matter, and to create a law enforcement free zone is just asking for more chaos, and that's what they want. They want the chaos.